You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
What's up, YouTube? This is Brandon, my third-rate duelist. Going to come at you guys with a deck profile today, and we've got our buddy Austin here. So, what are you going to be showing us today, Austin?
All right, so I'm going to show you guys a True Draco profile. Some of the plays that I've made, some of the cards that have helped me out.
All right. So before we get started into Austin's profile, we showed this mat in Gary's last profile, but we're going to be giving this baby away. It's a cloth mat from MetaMats that Dennis had custom made for us to give away on the channel. So when we get to 300 subs, we're going to give this thing away. So like, comment, subscribe. Maybe you could win this mat. And boom! Custom third-rate duelist mats. Again, courtesy of Dennis. Thank you very much, sir. He got everyone on the team one of these mats. So we're probably going to be doing all of our deck profiles on this from now on. I really like them a lot. So let us know what you guys think in the comment below about the mats. And let's go ahead and get started.
All right, so starting off, Dynamite, standard True Draco stuff. 3 Ignis, because I do like my continuous spell cards. 2 Maiden, I only do the 2 just because 3 is a little too much. The 3 Border. I play the 3 Border so that way going first, I can, that negates everything unless they have an extra monster on their field. It does get an effect for each type, and, I would get that effect for each type as well. I do play 2 Amano Awato. You don't always win the die roll, and, if they can't negate the summon or they don't imperm the effect, then they cannot activate their effects either. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop continuous activated effects, but it's definitely good going second card. And I've had Border and Amano Awato on the field. They're like, oh, Border, that's a threat. They get rid of Border and Amano Awato is a backup. So that way, if they had a combo heavy deck, then it'll stop the activated effects, especially like against Boral's Sword at first anyway. All right, so that's it for monsters. Now I have 3 Heritage. That's just you get an extra normal summon, and then you get to draw 1 for each type of True Draco or True King card that goes to the graveyard. After that, we got Draco Phoenix. I play 3 of those. I know some people play 2, but I've missed 3 quite a bit. Next, I have 2 Domain. This helps me keep the opponents locked out of the extra deck. And then I get 800 attack boost whenever I attack a monster. Unfortunately, it doesn't give it to me whenever I go into life points, but that's all right. And then my 1 Diagram. Thanks to Konami, I can only play 1. My 2 Duality. Brandon says I need to play 3, but I'm a bit of a rebel, and I like to play 2. It gives me the top 3 of my deck, and I can pick 1. That does come in pretty handy. And then 1 Demise. Thanks, Obama. I get to draw 3 until I have 3 cards into my hand. This has got to be my favorite card, and I know a lot of people do not like it. The only downfall I don't like, is the damage calc, but hey, you got to give some to get some. And then the 1 Terraforming, so that way I can search either Domain or Diagram depending on which one I need. And that's it for the spells. Next, I have 3 Apocalypse. So something I've done with them before, you get to tribute on your opponent's main phase. So I would always hold a monster in my hand, especially if all I drew were traps. And 1 monster, you don't want to tribute on your opponent's turn or on your turn because that does take away from taking a resource from them. 1 True King's Return, and same thing on that, and except you get the special summon out of your graveyard. So I would do like the Apocalypse True King recycle. Bring a monster back from my True King's Return, and then use Apocalypse's second effect to go ahead and half their attack. You do that before damage calc, and it gets rid of a lot of monsters that way, especially if that's all you have is, like Border, and then you have a True Draco or True King card. Next, I have 3 Monarchs Erupt, so that way I can get rid of the effects on field. That helps out quite a bit, especially if, they have an extra deck that gets rid of my back row, like Logia. Definitely not a liked card. Learned that one pretty well. There can only be 1. Just, like if I'm playing dinos or zombies, or even the mermail stuff, it does help, keep their cards down to a minimum. 3 Anti-Spell. It does hurt me a little bit, but, I'm in this for the grind game. It does slow down some decks. They can't activate, like Invoke, they can't activate some of their fusion cards right away, which is very helpful because it keeps me from, having to tear apart a big board. And then my favorite trap card in the game, 3 Solemn Judgment. I know it's a high cost to pay, but hey, it's only half your life points, so I'm either going to die or I'm going to win, so why not play it? And then my favorite combo, or well, I guess play in the game, Metaverse. So if they were getting their board nice and big, they got monsters on field ready to go into the link, on their last summon, I would flip that up, domain them. Now they're stuck with a bunch of little monsters on the field. Or if they were to go into battle phase and try to attack me, and their monster was just barely over one of my True Draco cards, then I could use that to get diagram, and now they've hurt themselves. So, that's it for the trap cards. Now for the side deck, I play 3 Ra. I play the Ra over the Nibiru, just because, it's easier for me to get Ra out. I don't, I can get continued normal summons. I'm not limited to just one, thankfully. I don't play Lava Golem just because, I don't want to give them something to beat me. I just prefer to do this because a lot of people don't even play Ra in their deck anymore. 3 Dark Ruler for if I go second. That gives me a chance to shut down their effects and tear their board apart. 3 Mystic Mine. This is my uh-oh card. So if I go second or if I go first and I know they got a big, like a big board there that's coming up, it'll just help me, not die, which is pretty nice. 3 Evenly for going second. Banishing the cards face down is pretty nice, but then they don't get their effects. And then the only hand traps I play in the whole deck is 3 Imperm. I've gotten a lot out of putting it right here in the middle row because people, that's the first place they want to set it. Flip it up, negate someone's effect as long as they got a monster on field. And it negates that row. It's won me a few of them. And then, you can play it out of hand if you have no cards.
All right, everyone. So that's Austin's True Draco deck profile. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comment section below.